Hello and welcome back. This is Groenheimer. I'm doing a voiceover again. Haven't done this in a long time. We're testing a homemade Ironhide Goldbug and Grotusque, my Action Master Megatron, a homemade Lieutenant Shockwave done by a friend of mine, and my little crosscut. I got two different decks for them. They're both very mixed decks. Oh yeah, and I've got my little 4-star Kreo Megatron under Action Master Megatron, whose stars don't count. Okay, and this is a neat little game. I did a few mistakes, but as we go along here, you'll see some neat things that happen. Rolling to see who goes first. And I'll let the Autobots go first. And they are drawn for the team on the left. And this is going to be interesting how the Ironhide deck was made for a different team than these guys, but I went ahead and used it anyway. We're flipping Goldbug, and I believe I tap Goldbug also to attack. And you may hear my son in the background, some noises. That's him. He's playing Fortnite with his friends in the other room. Okay. Yeah, this Shockwave is interesting, and I completely forget his ability. Yeah, I'm attacking Action Master Red Megatron. This Shockwave gives everyone on that team focus too. And I think I forget most of the game to do this. So on the post-production side, on the editing side, I'm explaining that because while I was playing it, I completely forgot the attack is 4. Megatron's defense is like only 2. So his damage is 2. And you might see, yeah, there's one of my Marina cards in there, only 4, drawn for the team on the right, for its ability. Yeah, these cards are loud. And this was a neat, the Tainted Matrix, yes, put on Decepticons only. It works as the opposite way of the actual Matrix of Leadership. And I probably should have gone ahead and put it on Chopper Cut instead. Because I'll show, okay, we tapped him. I cannot flip any of those characters on the right. And I believe his attack is 3 Pierce 2. Or, oh, that's right. I had to correct myself because every time this Goldbug in bot mode battles, you have to announce a color for each one of y'all to scrap during battle. So it's still attack 2 plus 2, pierce 2, defense of 4. He gets hit by 2. And I was trying to at least remember that trigger. But yeah, I think I put a defensive attack of damage of 1 on there, but he should be down by 2. So that's the first mistake. And that Tainted Matrix gives everyone +1 of defense except the holder. Just like the Matrix of Leadership in a way. Except it gives defense. Okay, we flip Ironhide. And every time you put an armor on him in bot mode, you get to draw a card. And so, of course, I have extra paddings in there as well. Then we tap Grotusque, who has a lower attack, to try to attack Chopper Cut, who we get a flip, we get an attack of 5. The defense is 1. He only has 3 health. He gets knocked out anyway. Now, what I'm going to show here is that if I had the Tainted Matrix on him, which is probably what I should have done, even though it wouldn't have given anybody a boost because he's not a leader, is that if you have a utility on Chopper Cut the helicopter and he gets knocked out, the utility comes with him. So there's that. There's that kind of neat little thing going on with Chopper Cut. And I'm looking at my cards in my hand for the team on the right. Now, and I have the marksmanship, but I can't use it because my ranged character is now a battle master. He's now equipped. And the Matrix Scourged is supposed to be utility. I still play it as a utility. It's a very strong card. So it is one of my star cards for that deck over there. And so we tap Shockwave. And I think we're attacking Goldbug. Okay. Which, as Goldbug, I have to, again, announce a pip color. So it's going to be orange because he's defending. So I go ahead and flip. Well, I flip that Transmetal 2 thing. But the orange is only going to give an orange attack to a beast. So that actually wouldn't hurt me whatsoever. So I went ahead and scrapped it on that side. And then if I look here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, because I flipped a pretty good defense for Goldbug there. I almost want to call him Bumblebee. He only got hit by one. From Lieutenant Shockwave. This is a long one game, guys, but a lot of neat, interesting things are going on here. Now, this Megatron has +1 health, and I wrote on there for each Decepticon on your team, which doesn't make sense because if he has 11 health. Him being on there would give him an extra health. So I need to replace it with he gets +1 to health for each other Decepticon on your team. Exactly. So at the start he actually had a health of 13. Now he has a health of 12. With -2 he actually has 10 health left, not 9. But it's the teams on the left turn. I try a shoulder holster. It's not a weapon, so that doesn't work. I thought I'd at least try it out. I have a lot of good cards in my hand. I mean, and I end up flipping Goldbug for turn, who has a neat little thing that when you have to pick a color for both sides to KO from your scrap, as revealed on my ThrottleBots Part 1. Haven't done Part 2 yet. There we go. That's much better. So I think I picked a blue. And so as the right player, I'm having to go through and find a blue. So I'm thinking, okay, no, I take the smoke cloak out of it. Okay. I think that's what that was. And I have to KO it. Transmetal 2 driver. That's what that was, which is not a strong card. I may take the star off of that. Ironhide is up for attack, and he has to attack Shockwave, the only tapped character on the right. We flip 4 turn. I see 1 orange, black, so the attack is 7. I'm not sure what the pierce is, maybe 2. Now I miss up a few times. So Shockwave does have a defense of 3, and he's attacked damaged by 4. Well, the Matrix Scourged is now triggered because he's tapped. I think I trigger it maybe once or twice when he's untapped, and that shouldn't happen that way. Is that you can move 2 damage back towards your enemies. You can do either move 2 damage to one enemy or one damage each to 2 different enemies. And I decided to put the 2 back on Ironhide. That is kind of strong. And having that on Shockwave keeps him in play longer than he probably should have been, because I want him to be split up into his weapon and utility. which gives Pierce and Focus. Up next is Megatron. I really think these guys work pretty good. Because the more tapping him for attack, the more he gets, the more characters you have in the field, the more health he's going to have at the start. Of course, the longer your characters are in the battlefield, the more they're going to be buffed up with upgrades, as long as you're not playing Bashing Shield and Vaporize and Smelt War, which happens a lot too. Now, with the Tainted Matrix, which gives +1 to attack and +1 to defense for all other characters on your team, which I need to reword, you have to damage him for 1 for each battle. He attacks. You have to put 1 damage on him for battle. If he defends, you have to add 1 more damage for the battle. And we have here about a decent, I think that's attack of 7. Yes, attack of 7. Am I going after Ironhide here or Grotusque? I'm having a hard time trying to pick up a card. Okay, it feels awfully thick, but it's just the regular card. Defense of 7, attack of 7. And -1 for the Tainted Matrix. Let's see if I actually do that. The attack, the Autobot, who I think it was Goldbug. No, it was Ironhide. It's Ironhide. That's right, because I think his defense actually goes up in bot mode, which is unusual, but it's Ironhide. And here we go. It's the untap phase. And I really think Tainted Matrix is neat. It may not be the best card, best homemade card to add to the game, but I was really trying to come up with a way that, something for the Decepticons that was similar to the Matrix of Leadership, but not the Matrix of Leadership. And in doing that, it seemed just fitting for it to slowly drain, and we're flipping Grotusque, slowly drain the leader that it's on. Because in order, the triggers on it are just like the Autobot. It's not going to be triggered unless it's on a leader. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, the legendary Stormfall Sword. I think I'm attacking Megatron. I think I see a double orange there. A nice attack of 11. Ooh, and this is not a very blue deck over there. It really isn't. So an attack, a defense of 7 is actually really good. So he's damaged by 4. And let's see if I remember the Tainted Matrix again, because he was just in battle. And I may have actually added, I added the defense, for the Tainted Matrix by an error as well. I think his defense should have been less than that, so I think he should actually be down by 9, not by 8. I do need to reword the Tainted Matrix. I really do like that card. It's a neat utility. Maybe I'm, yeah. What am I doing? Oh, okay. I forgot my Tough 2 off Chopper Cuts armor. Energon armor. And we put stealthiness. We actually swap out the Tana Matrix with Stealthiness to try to keep Megatron alive. We're tapping Shockwave. Going into Grotusque, who is all we can go into. Shockwave's attack is 8. Flipping for Grotesque's defense. It's actually 5. He gets hit by 3. Ended up swapping a card for green. Have some green pip cards in there. And there we go. Swapping the handheld blaster for a focus fire. Focus fires Optimus Prime. Alright, let's see here. Getting serious, drawing for the side on the left for the Autobots. I only have one weapon on Grotusque so far. Putting the other 2 extra paddings on Ironhide. Add an armor, draw a card. Added 2, drew 2. Apparently I have cards that are good that I just can't use for the moment. We're going to go ahead and flip Goldbug to bot mode. So and we tapped him for attack, which means I've got to remember, I'm picking blue, the blue pip. Here we are attacking Shockwave. I did not flip blue, so I do not have to scrap anything. Shockwave's defense. No blue, so nothing to scrap there either. Attack of 5, defense of 2. He gets hit by 3. Except then there's something, that nasty little Matrix Scourged, which might need to have more than 1 star on it. I've tested it many times, and I do. Okay, he gets hit by 3. And I think I put, you have to bounce back 2. Either 2 to 1 character or 1 to 2 characters. And I put it all on the 2 back on Ironhide. Because it can be anybody. Something comes on the right. Playing a focus fire. We're tapping Megatron. Maybe I'm remembering the focus 2 here off a Shockwave. 1, 2. Just a reminder of what Spark Armor Chopper Cut does. I'm keeping my cards apparently. That's right. Attack of 8. Here's Goldbug's defense. No blue. He called orange, so I have to scrap an orange from each side, so the attack goes from 8 to 7. I believe Goldbug's defense is only 2. So he should get hit by 5. There we go. Yes. Scrap the scrap. Keep going. Straighten it up. Oh, I've got to shuffle the cards for the Autobots. Here we go. Boy, I take forever to shuffle. And I'm not great at shuffling. There we go. I did draw a card. Okay, I was unsure if I drew a card when I did some of the editing on this. And I always try to flip each turn. There's my hand. I've got 3 cargo trailers. and the truck drill. I mean, I need to get that orange back into my deck. Okay, so it looks like I put on a, yeah, I did draw. Multi-mission gear on Grotusque, whatever. We flip him. We keep Ironhide in. Wait, didn't that allow me to play another armor? Oh well. Okay, Ironhide's attack is 6. Here did I say I was attacking? Oh, Shockwave. Okay, his defense is 2. He gets hit by 4. But he is tapped, and Matrix Scourged is again triggered because Megatron has stealthiness, which I believe gives him stealth, tapped and untapped. Now, I don't know why I'm wiggling my finger there. And it's the untapped phase. Here we go. Smoked. Gosh, that Grotusque really turned out really nice. And I've got that Ironhide printed out on photo paper, which looks really good too. Drawing a card for the team on the right. Here we go. Aha. I call alt modes instead of bot modes because I didn't want to hit my own characters. So Grotusque gets a cheeky damage of 1. Cheeky damage. Of course, I can't flip anybody. I'm really wanting to get the character under Megatron out. So I swap. I actually give up the weapon armor for Power Punch to get some bold, because I have to at least flip 2 black pips. Ooh, there's 2 black pips. Actually 3. I gotta shuffle again to be able to finish my attack for Power Punch. That is what that is, isn't it? But can it go on him? Yeah, I believe, yeah, he's a melee character. I made that a melee Megatron, that's right. Uh-huh. And that's going to be an attack of 4 with a, I think it's actually a pierce of 3, not 2. Defense of 6. Sounds, I guess it was a defense of 2. I thought it was 3. Sounds like the raccoon is out here on the bird feeder again. Aha. Yay. And I finally flipped two black pips and was able to deploy the 4-star character underneath. Because only a 4-star Decepticon can go underneath the Megatron Action Master. Which also in turn, for every Decepticon, every other Decepticon, I need to fix that card, gives him +1 health. And it looks like we flipped Ironhide on the Autobot side, or putting a cargo trailer on him since he's now in truck mode. Really a fan. But in truck mode. But we're tapping Grotusque instead. I guess I'm trying, because I'm not playing the right cards with Grotusque to be able to get the bold, to be able to get the counter on him, to stack some bold on him. I'm just not playing him right. I'm playing him with upgrade heavy decks, and he needs some action cards for some bold, or upgrades with some bold. Oh, I'm trying to tally out. Because he has a health of 11. But with 2 other characters in play, he has a health of 13. Well, he has a damage of 8 on him right now. So he actually has 5 health left. He actually got hit, so he's down by 12, which means he has 1 health left. Because I deployed that little Megatron just in time. And in bot mode, he can't do much of anything, but, you know, I just flipped him for turn. And if you noticed on there, I was trying to show my mistake for his flips. Each flip side, it shows that he has an attack of 3, and he's an attack of 2 on both sides. I may need to revisit that character too. He's a little unfinished. Now that I have a ranged character on the field, I'm able to play my marksmanship card that I've had since the beginning of the game nearly. And it only took 2 damage and Goldbug is gone. Shockwave is up next. Tapping him for turn. We're going into Grotusque. This is really the meat of the game. Adding everything up, it's an attack of 8 with only Pierce 1. Grotusque's defense right now is only 3. And I guess I flipped the first one is blue. And he's hit by 4. It's really hard to... That glare. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. That glare. I wish I had better lighting. That is our dining room. Drew a card for the team on the left for the Autobots. See, I've got Grotusque filled out. I do not have, you can't see it, but there are no weapons on Ironhide. So I put another cargo trailer on him. Ironhide is going to attack Shockwave. It's actually the only one he can attack. And I do want Shockwave knocked out. 1, to knock him out. And this is where things get interesting. That's a nice attack of 8. Well, already Shockwave has a defense of 2. 3, 4, 5. So he gets hit by 3, except 2 damage gets to go on the opponent's side. So he initially goes from 5 to 7, put 2 over on Ironhide, and then bring him back down by 2. And it's not repair, it's just moving damage. So if I had a card or something like Turbo Booster on Goldbug, I would not have been able to do that earlier. I think it's Turbo Boosters that allows you to, doesn't that allow you to untap your character and prevent damage being moved to it? Yeah, this deck was really originally made for a team that I had made. So Kreo Megatron is going into big ol' Ironhide. Let's see what happens here. White pip, black pip, orange and black. He only has a base attack of 2, so that looks like an attack of 5. Good bit of Pierce. Sure looks more than 3 Pierce. I wonder if I get this right. I may forget my Pierce. Well, defense of 3, but okay, it does not matter. I say I count 3 Pierce. Yeah, okay. One of those Pierce has a boat on it. And Ironhide only had 3 health left anyway. He is out of there. Bye-bye. Getting organized, scrapping the scrap. And now to untap everybody yet again. Drawing a card. This really was an interesting game. Is it fun playing solo? I guess there's something fun technical about the game trying to play it solo. It can, as I've said last year, it can be interesting. It can be difficult. And we flip and tap Grotusque to his better mode. Did I flip him? Yeah, I mean business now. Uh-oh. Which means he had Brave. I was not supposed to be able to go into Ironhide. What was it? It was supposed to go into Grotusque. But despite the mistake, Grotusque has a nice big fat attack of 12. And Kreo Megatron is out. He's out of there. Yeah, that was a turbo booster, I think. And it does get to a pretty close game here. So everything seems kind of balanced. I might want to add another star to Matrix Scourged, because I've got it on a weaponizer, a homemade weaponizer that I made for a friend of mine. Looks like I'm tapping Megatron again instead of Shockwave. Well, they're both going to have a go. Because the Autobots are tapped out. He has an attack of 5. I don't see any Pierce. That's a lot of blue. I have watched this game at least 3 times, if not more, in just trying to edit this. Oh, maybe only 3. Okay, I even point where the blues are. Okay. So he only gets hit by 2, so he's still in play. The game's not over yet. So now it's Lieutenant Shockwave's turn. This has actually felt like it's gone faster than it has. He's got a nice attack of 7. Here comes Grotusque's defense. Ooh, blue, blue, blue. Wow, 7 for 7. I don't see any Pierce either. Wow, he deflected it all. Well, look at there. And I do play. Okay, I almost forget about. And I'm giving you a look at the transmetal driver, and then the game's almost over, and I just sort of put it off to the side because that may not warrant a star. Untapping everybody because drawing a card because of how specific the transmetal 2 driver is. I may take that star off. It seems a decent card for what it is. Oh, that's right. I would just flip somebody in the KO. Keep him in bot mode. Keep him in bot. You are an idiot. Wait for what? Oh, I get it. That's right. Watch me forget the Pierce. flip. I have to go into Shockwave. It does give me an attack of 7. The Stormfall Sword is an attack of 2. When it's knocked off, if you have someone in bot mode, it can go on another character in bot mode. So I finally just knocked Shockwave out. That's supposed to be a utility, because I got to thinking, okay, I got the damage to KO Shockwave. And I'm thinking, you know, well, what do I do? Do I move the other? Oh, that's right. And then I remember my secret action, and so I go ahead and flip anyway. And I take the damage off. There we go. Those were his upgrades. I just put them in the scrap for right now, just to see what's going to happen. Tough 2, 3, 4. No blue. Okay, this gets really interesting. This is how the game is ending. I KO Shockwave, who I was originally about to put on Megatron, but because I KO'd Shockwave, that gave Megatron his extra life. He's out. Autobots won.